Quality will be the death of you. Now that sounds backwards because we've all been told quality is everything. Teachers said it, parents said it. Some guru in a rented Lamborghini said it right before selling a course. But the internet has proven something different. Quantity wins. Well, not because quality doesn't matter. It matters a lot, but quality that never gets published loses every time to good content that gets published consistently. A masterpiece in your draft folder has done less for your career than a decent video that actually went live. The most successful creators didn't win because they made a handful of perfect pieces. They won because they made a massive body of work, enough to improve, enough to get noticed, enough to learn what actually works instead of guessing. The perfect creator doesn't win, the productive creator does. So in this video, I'll show you 7 ways to dramatically increase your output without becoming the human equivalent of content spam. Now, most creators think great content comes from deep research. It doesn't. Some of your best ideas are already happening in your life. The conversation you can't stop thinking about, the mistake you are still embarrassed by, the project that failed, the strange thing a client said, the book you just finished, the question you couldn't answer, the struggle you are going through right now, the breakthrough you had 20 minutes ago. Content creators aren't necessarily smarter. That's what some LinkedIn bios would have you believe. They are just more observant. They notice ideas while everyone else lets them disappear. So when something interesting happens, write it down immediately. Not tomorrow, not later, immediately. A note captured today is worth far more than a brilliant idea you're trying to remember tomorrow. Because tomorrow you remember half of it and then convince yourself that it's the whole thing. Become obsessed with collecting ideas. Content creation becomes much more easier when your idea bank is full instead of staring at a blank page at 11 p.m. wondering what to post. If this is already changing how you think about content, subscribe. Every week, every day, I break down how to build a personal brand that actually compounds over time. Now, capturing ideas is good. Developing them immediately is even better. One of the biggest productivity traps is collecting hundreds of ideas and developing none of them. The list becomes a graveyard, a museum of good intentions. Whenever possible, expand the idea while it is fresh. Create a rough outline, record a voice note, write a few bullet points, capture the key argument, save the examples while they are still vivid. You don't need to finish it, you just need to move it from an idea into a structure. That difference determines whether the content gets made or gets forgotten. Michael Jackson once woke his entire team in the middle of the night to develop an idea. When asked why he couldn't wait, he said he didn't want God giving it to Prince before morning. Now, don't wake your editor at 2 a.m. because you thought of a LinkedIn post, but the principle is correct. Momentum is fragile. The best creators move quickly. Never trust your memory. Your memory has betrayed you before, usually at the exact moment you needed it. Trust systems instead. One of the biggest hidden costs in content creation is setup time. Many creators spend more time preparing to create than creating. The camera battery is dead, the microphone isn't connected, the light needs adjusting, the desk looks like an archaeological dig site, and by the time everything is ready, the motivation is gone. The solution is simple: stay record ready. Your camera should already be positioned, your microphone should already be connected, your lights should already be set, your environment should require a few steps as possible. When inspiration hits, you should be recording within minutes, not after a 20-minute setup process or a whole day. The easier it is to create, the more often you will create. Simple, but rarely done. Now, AI is one of the greatest productivity tools creators have ever had, but most people use it badly. They ask AI to think for them. That's the mistake. AI shouldn't generate your perspective, it should amplify it. Here's how I use it. I start with my own thoughts, my own outline, my own arguments, my own experiences, because nobody lived my Tuesday except me. Then I use AI to help organize ideas, improve flow, or expand sections. After that, I edit heavily. I add examples, I add stories, I remove fluff, because AI left unsupervised produces the textual equivalent of a Labrador alone in a kitchen. Lots of activity, questionable results. Used properly, AI removes friction without removing originality, and friction is usually the real enemy of consistency. If you are looking to launch your personal brand or business brand, the biggest challenge is setup. Many die on this hill and never move forward. That's what I solve. Brand launch from $1,000, brand strategy document, visual identity including your logo, colors, typography, brand book, social media banner designs, and websites. Let's connect on WhatsApp to get started. Link is in the description. Many creators are obsessed with originality, so obsessed that they stop creating altogether. The truth is that most great content is built on existing ideas. The next great article you write will probably improve on something you've already read. The next great video you make will probably come from watching another video and thinking, I could explain that better. Innovation is often iteration wearing a more confident outfit. So take a useful idea, add context, add better examples, challenge assumptions, simplify complexity, update it for today's reality, and suddenly you've created something valuable. Don't copy. Don't copy, study, don't imitate, improve. The internet already contains millions of ideas. Your advantage is often explain them better than the people who came before you. Your content is heavily influenced by your information diet, just like your health is influenced by what you eat. Most people wake up and consume whatever the algorithm says. Celebrity gossip, pointless arguments, endless distractions disguised as entertainment. Then they try to create meaningful content and wonder why their brain feels like static. Your environment shapes your output more than your talent does. So follow researchers, follow practitioners, subscribe to industry newsletters, create a learning focused account if you need to. Clean up your feeds. When you open up your phones, useful information should find you. Your feed should become a classroom. Your inbox should become a research department. Productive creators don't just create differently, they consume differently first. Now, last point, don't swing too far the other way. Everything I've said isn't an excuse to abandon research. Some content requires rigor, verification, data, analytics, and that should never be sacrificed for speed. Yes, spontaneous content works. Yes, documenting your life works, but deeply researched content matters too. The best creators run both systems. One creates volume, the other builds authority. One keeps you visible, the other keeps you credible. You need both, because choosing only one usually leaves you either invisible or untrustworthy. Neither is a great branding strategy. Now, the secret to becoming a productive creator isn't working harder, it is reducing friction. Capture ideas faster, develop them while they are fresh, stay record ready, use AI as an assistant, not a replacement. Improve existing ideas instead of chasing mythical originality. Curate your environment and never abandon research. Most important is stop trying to make perfect content. Make content that's good enough to publish consistently, because the creator who produces 100 good pieces will almost always outperform the creator who spends a year building one perfect piece that never ships. Quantity wins, but the creator who dominates are the ones who combine quantity with quality. That's the game. Now, subscribe and follow. I document the systems, mistakes, lessons, and real process of building a personal brand in real time.